Hi guys and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in today's episode we have the review of Leeds vs Bradford on Monday night, plus 5 snippets of stories including Sam Burgess, Frank Pritchard, Puma and others to do with this week's Rugby League. So last night was Leigh vs Bradford on Premier Sports and it was a good game for all accounts and a very positive one for Leeds Centurions after they came off the back of the 28-6 defeat away at Featherstone in the mudbath. Leeds Centurions had to make do with a couple of changes as there were suspensions for Kieran Dixon for a one-match ban and dangerous contact, and also back rower McConnell was banned for one match for a dangerous throw against Featherstone as well. Adam Sidlow and Dan Norman came into the lead pack, replacing Chris Green and Jacob Johns in the forwards. Norman is a dual registration player who's come down the division from St Helens. On the Bradford side, Sam Scott and Chester Butler replaced Dan Fleming and Corey Johnson after their moves earlier in the week from Huddersfield and another club that escapes me respectively. Leigh got off to a flyer in this game as it was Keenan Brand, seen here with the gum shield, who opened the scoring for Leeds Centurions. Scored from a tremendous flick pass from Irish international Ed Chamberlain, who came into the side on his debut as well. Leigh were given a numerical advantage after Bradford went down to 12 men, after Ant Walker was shown a yellow card for a late hit on John Asiata. Bradford Bulls though didn't let that deter them as they drew level in the 25th minute through a Kieran Gill's try line from close range. Depp Patton couldn't convert, but the Centurions made it an 8-4 lead at the break as centre Chamberlain darted through a gap on the right edge to score his first try in the season. Leigh started the scoring in the second half as good as they did in the first after Jay Hiscox, who was also on his debut after his move from Toulouse, with prop Mark Ione extending their lead shortly after. Ione's try was a good one for the big forward as he broke the lines and powered his way to the line. No one could catch him. Seriously, have a look on the highlights, they're really good. And that was the start of things to come for Bradford as it was all Leeds in the second half. Brand got his second try on that hour mark thanks to a fine pass from Caleb Aiken. Papua New Guinea star Nain McDonald got his 5th try of the campaign on the 71st minute, which Chamberlain converted. Norman capped a strong performance in the middle of the park with a try, as well as Bradford winger David Foggin Johnson being sent off late on for a high shot on Lee Hooker Aaron Smith. It was going to be going one way for the rest of the game. Chamberlain got his second on the hooter as he darted over out wide, and that gave Leigh a 38-4 victory over the Bradford Bulls. The highlights are all available on YouTube, but here is the Ed Chamberlain pass that everyone is talking about. So the ball is worked out through the halves and set up by the winger. Chamberlain goes round and gets it out the back door. Great pass. Great pass. Keenan Brand takes the plaudits for the try. So, as it's Tuesday, we're going to go through some quick stories, and we're going to begin with 2 stories from Leeds Rhinos, as Leeds Rhinos will kick off this season on Channel 4 last weekend, and in style as well, thanks to a new partnership with global sportswear brand Puma, who have become the team's official footwear provider. The partnership will benefit all the teams at the club, with members of the Rhinos men's, women's, wheelchair and physical disability, as well as the learning difficulty teams wearing Puma footwear this season. Leeds Rhinos netball team will start their season this weekend also, with the team also wearing the Puma range. Puma have been going since 1948 and they have been important partners with teammates and legendary athletes, as well as teams. Since Puma's founding days, they have collaborated with the world's most iconic players and teams, and cementing their place in history, striving to inspire and innovate, achieve new levels by understanding players' needs and preparing them for groundbreaking performances. So Rhinos men's stars like new signing Aidan Caesar, England star Harry Newman, Mikołaj Czelecki will all wear Puma boots this season, along with try-scoring sensation Caitlin Beavers with the Leeds women's and England, whilst Tom Halliwell and James Simpson from the all-conquering Leeds Rhinos wheelchair team will also wear footwear from the Puma range. In a statement, Leeds Rhinos commercial director Rob Oakes said, "We are delighted to work with Puma here in the UK to supply our athletes with the best possible footwear ahead of the new season. The wonderful thing about this partnership is that it goes right across the club, including our academy programme." Rob Burrow has been handed a generous donation of £20,000 for funding to go towards the Rob Burrow Centre for Motor Neuron Disease appeal. Hermes UK have been willing donators after its chief executive Martin DeLange couldn't resist chipping in finding the appeal in the Yorkshire Evening Post. CEO of Hermes UK, DeLange, said, "We're proud of our Yorkshire roots and delighted to make this donation to support this fantastic charity so close to home," he told the Yorkshire Evening Post. "We recognise the challenges the pandemic has created for charities fundraising, and we hope the donation will make a positive difference to the lives of people living with motor neuron disease." Now a quick update. When former Hull FC and NRL star Frank the Tank Pritchard was placed in a medical-induced coma at the beginning of January following complications with asthma after contracting COVID-19, the Rugby League world looked on in horror. Pritchard was then released and he has been able to do his rehab at home in a long road back to full health. However, it has been revealed just how long the road is, with the big man still on oxygen. So in what looks like a day out watching Rugby League, Frank Pritchard was seen on social media through a post of a friend still having to use oxygen with the backpack on and the tubes under his nose. Many wishes are out there for Frank to get his speedy recovery, but Frank does, however, have a incredible support network around him which helps him get through the latest ordeal. Frank the Tank made 26 appearances for the Black and Whites of Hull in 2016, scoring 5 tries, but his lasting impact has been felt around the MKM Stadium and will do for years to come. Sam Burgess will forever be remembered as being one of the greatest British imports to play in the NRL in the competition's history. Unfortunately, his time in the game was brought to a sharp end with a horror shoulder injury, but aged just 33, Burgess still has a passion to return to the field. And it could happen. The former South Sydney Rabbitohs enforcer is currently in charge of the Aurora Valley Axemen, and he has been coaching them in the Bush Rugby League competition. I want to see if I can play a few games if I can get clearance from the NRL, Burgess told the Daily Telegraph in Australia, and contemplating playing. It would be great. I want to give a good influence on my team up here and help out, but it's also about trying to grow the game as much as I can. There we go. It might get a few more people through the gate financially for the club. It would be much better. We're training like crazy at the moment, Burgess continued. I love it. It's so much fun. Bringing the team together, coaching them, it's great. They have good people up here. Burgess took charge of the Axemen at the end of 2021 and has been since linked with a role with the England squad for the 2022 World Cup, but seems very happy in his current position. And finally, Channel 4 head of sports Pete Andrews has declared himself delighted with the launch of the Super League coverage on Saturday afternoon, when the Leeds Rhinos and Warrington Wolves became the first two clubs in the history of Super League to be featured in live to free-to-air coverage on TV. Andrews was the man tasked with organising the broadcasters' coverage of the event, and he secured Australian comedian Adam Hills, a noted rugby league enthusiast and a player for the Warrington BDRL team, to front the broadcast, which went out without any obvious glitches. And the size of the audience has made Andrews optimistic about the future of the Channel 4's coverage of the competition. We are really pleased with the audience, said Andrews. The peak audience was 735,000 towards the end of the match. The average audience for the match was 630,000 and the whole show 530,000. These are really promising figures and we are very pleased. As for the programme, it was a solid start, but we want to keep building and improving. So there's a lot of work on for next week. We are really pleased with Adam and the team, and the audience feedback has been really positive. We really feel welcome in the Rugby League family. We enjoyed our first week Super League match, and we are excited to go again next week. We will be working hard to get better and better as the season continues. Congratulations also to Sky, who started the season with some great coverage. That is some great numbers for Channel 4 and I hope it does continue, because on Saturday in the UK they went against the Manchester United early kickoff. Manchester United at home, it's on TV, Sky Sports had that, and free to air had Channel 4 had Super League. 500,000 is not to be snoozed at. 750,000 is a good target to hit. They almost got there. Hopefully it builds and builds. Never know. There could be so much more coming from Channel 4. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and also share this video worldwide so that we can get the numbers out there and get the good word of Rugby League out there for everyone to hear. Now, what was your favourite game of the weekend? You're still not hearing it from everyone? Well, please mention in the comments what your thoughts are. Can you also tell me what your thoughts are about Leeds Centurions? Are they going to be Featherstone's closest rivals, or will it be another? All those little stories, which one caught your eye and which one would you like to hear more of? It's great to see Puma involved in Rugby League once again. They have done in the past, whether it's boot sponsor, kit sponsor, etc. So more global brands, more eyes on the competition will mean more money. Let's hope that continues. So, keep an eye out for any more stories from me over the next few days. But in the meantime, please stay safe. All the best. Share the video worldwide. And I'll see you in the next one.